All right, the EverQuest UI. Let's talk about it. So here we have the UI. Um, maybe you tried the game out. Maybe you played in the past. Maybe you've played for years. Maybe you have heard about it. But there's a lot of people that have probably tried this game and just a general opinion that the UI sucks. I mean, definitely when you first start playing this game and log in, the UI sucks. I mean, you log in, your entire screen is just filled with chat boxes, and you get all these hot buttons, and you got to figure out, and there's a lot of stuff you got to figure out how to do in this game. Um, so there's a lot of stuff going on my screen here. Let me go around and describe what is on this screen. Because if you think that my screen is just filled up with with stuff just to be there, then you're mistaken. So all this stuff is used. Like let's say I was raiding with my guild and or I was grouping for experience or whatever. I would use virtually all the buttons on this screen throughout throughout the raid or throughout grouping, other than maybe some of these uh, some of these icons in here. Some of these are some teleportation devices. These are all items that are either chase loots for small marginal buffs or effects on NPCs that I have in my inventory or in my bags, along with some of these items, and there's some potions as well. But let's go around and talk about what's on my screen here. It's not just filled with a bunch of stuff to look impressive. So the first thing about this screen is there's a viewport command in the game, which the reason why I came up with this design about 10 years ago is I wanted to make a, my UI to be an upgraded version of what the original UI was. So they came out with new UI functions 20 years ago. I don't remember when, if it was 2001 or 2003, but they added new UI functions to the game. If you ever looked at the original game from pre-Kunark, I'm not sure if they added it Kunark or not. It's been a long time. But I wanted, in the original UI of the game, your screen in the middle was not covered by any boxes. There was nothing overlaying anything on your screen, and all of your information was to the right sides and to the bottom. So that was my idea before I sat down one day. I spent about 8 hours designing the screen 10 years ago, or I guess it's been even longer now. Um, but the reason why I'm saying that is if you're familiar with this game or you've played a lot, you know that the net stat window on the top left here, the green bar with your MS ping to the server, that's the top left of your viewing screen. So everything, all of my UI boxes on the entire exterior of the screen are actually on top of black space. They're not covering my viewing window. So hot, the only UI hotbars or windows that I have covering my actual screen is this small box, which is the health of target's target, and then these two UI hotbars, which I do use. I had that one on the wrong page, but yeah. So that's one thing that's kind of frustrating in the game is having all these boxes covering your whole screen. You can't see certain stuff. I remember being frustrated with that in the past, and it's very difficult to watch some people's videos or even look at their screenshots of their UI screen because it's well, it doesn't look as clean as this. I'll show you an example. Like these are my inventory bags, right? So if I open my inventory, these are all the different bags, and you have a button that you can open them all at once, which is what I did before, open them individually. But you can see that it covers up your whole screen. You can't see anything. Um, as well as what I was just explaining, where all of these boxes, if you had the viewport extended out to the exteriors of the entire perimeter, I wouldn't be able to see any of this area, any of this area, any of this area, any of this area. And I play a monk, which for us, we were pullers in the game where you could be in some difficult situations in group or raid where you had to being able to see your entire screen was important. So I set up the screen this way. So let me just go around and I'll talk about each window that is on the screen. I have my combat abilities windows here. I have some chat functions. There's just some certain things going to this chat window. I actually have four chat windows, some spam, some things I just don't need to know, like thorns damage when attacking a mob. I don't need that, so I have some spam going there. And if you right click on this window, you can actually see what are all of the things, like it has a star next to it if it is included in the window. Uh, a lot of functionality in this game. So here I have my health. This is my character's health and endurance. Here I have my target, which I have myself targeted. All these boxes are going to show whatever target you have, unless it's in PvP and they're not in your group. It's going to show all their buffs and also their detrimental. Sometimes it's nice to know how many buffs are on a mob or how many detrimental effects or if something needs to be refreshed. Here's my the buffs my character has. I have some more hotbars here I use all these buttons. They're all different abilities that I use. And these abilities that have an icon in EverQuest, select, you can have an ability in that window, but then select an actual graphic that you want it to show. So you can, I know what all these abilities are with these certain graphics, and you can select an icon that you want for that ability, and you can erase the name of that ability, or you can have the ability showing. Like here, I have Destructive Force, which is an AE ability for the monk, which has an icon I selected, but it also has the ability showing. So to set this up, you right click on it, or you hold down right click until the option comes up. You can slide an icon, or you can clear icon or assign a label. So like on all of these where I have a picture showing, in here you have to assign a label, so I just put a period. You put a period, show up, and you can't see the period. So that's how you can have a clean icon showing on your hotbars. Okay, so I had my buffs, a couple UI functions. Here we have an extended target window, and there's a lot of functionality with this window of different things that you can set up these line items to be. But right now I just have it set up for auto-generated hate. So if I was going to go somewhere, let's say there was one special mob I wanted to kill, and there was a surrounding 15. They extended the number of mobs on this list. I'm not sure how many there are, at least 15. Say I wanted to get one named and 10 of them got hate on me at the same time, I could then click on all their names would be listed on this list here. I could then click on the name of that one specific mob I wanted to kill first, or somehow separate from the others. I could get it off of this list. Here's my group window, which in this group right now, you have mercenaries in this game. So you can have 6 players in a group, and each person can have a mercenary. So you can have any combination. You could have 3 players and 3 mercenaries. So that's the group window. Have some chat windows, more hot bars. You have the Daybreak window, which is their cash shop, and another the EQ window is kind of your main window to for a lot of functionality in the game. But let's go over to the left here. Here's the mercenary window. So here I can swap mercenaries. There's I only use healers, but there's also tanks and wizards and rogues. Here's an aura window. Each class has a special aura, which is an extra buff that is used on your group and is permanently on your group. It does expire after several hours. It's a long time. I don't remember. It's like 2 or 3 hours. And here's a song window. So there are some abilities that each class has that can be songs, but in generally it's for the Bard window, and that will show up as you can have as many buff icons in the song window as I do in the effects buff window up at the top here. But this will show up a good amount of them. And here you have the actions window. This is going to be one of the first windows you're going to utilize when you first start playing the game. You're going to have your new, skills that you learn. Maybe you can, again, I play a monk. You're going to level up to level 20 or whatever, eventually get round kick and be using that instead of um, regular kick or whatever. So you're going to be using this actions window, when you initially play a game, and it's going to be showing when you first log in. And here's a bandolier. So there's a lot of different weapons you can get in the game, and you can you can change you can automatically change the items in your primary and secondary and range item slots through the bandolier. So it'll change, and your ammo slots. So it'll change all four of those items out. As you can see, there's four. I kind of have it to the, can't quite see the entire window, but yeah, it'll change those four items out, your primary, secondary, range, and ammo slots to all these different combinations that you might have. There might be some items you have that proc pets, like there's some old school mobs in the game that only pet damage could kill. So I have one for that. It's actually second on my list. It's kind of funny. Um, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of functionality in this game, and I just wanted to go through the EverQuest UI and show a good looking UI as far of all the UIs I've seen out there. I haven't seen anyone have a UI set up as clean as mine. And there's plugins, and people have third-party software or just add-ons to the game for specific designed UI windows. I've never used any of that stuff. Everything I'm using for over a decade is all in-game functions, and it looks great. So I just wanted to talk about the EverQuest UI a little bit. And if you want to know more about the game, which unfortunately this game started before streaming and playing games online wasn't a thing, so there was never really a YouTuber that was an EverQuest YouTuber. And in fact, guilds, most top rating guilds out there would not let you record any videos, especially during raids, because they didn't want any other competing guild to know what they were doing. So as far as I know, there never was, and there probably never will be a popular, EverQuest player on Twitch. But that's the EverQuest UI, and it's a fantastic game. They're coming out with their 28th expansion here at the end of the year, and I will, although I haven't been playing for several months, I will be maintaining my subscription and buying the premium edition of that expansion to support the game. If you've never played the game, you should check it out, because this game's been around forever and it's not going anywhere soon.